I still on? Y'all go through LA?
We went through LA.
When I travel through here, hop in the car and
But they're growing up.
yes, they are. Maybe I'll leave the beer here. These ones are mine. Are those mine? That stuff feels unfortunate. I've been at Fox right up for the past 3 years. You ever used to feel something?
Don't see it. I can't remember
Yeah, so it's like 20 minutes south of there.
Okay, how's that?
Like 30 minutes. Yeah, Fifth Arch, so like their brand and then they have rice and then Messiah.
Do they know you're videoing them?
I can't cover it.
Talk about that. Mostly. Fancy beach, right? It's like, oh, get that. Shirt goes up, beach goes down.
I'm in Seattle living at home now, but it's
Texas hot sauce.
you don't have
A lot of good places to apply there.
a big jug.
All the guys in the wedding party right here.
So what are we doing?
Make a little circle. Circle of guys. Circle. All right, okay, good.
But I hear there were going to be maybe 300.
All right, guys, we have our circle now. Aren't you guys honored to be here? What a wonderful celebration. You know, I want to start by saying that we're going to do a little ritual. It's going to go on for about an hour and a half. The first part is stories. It's an American ritual. We're going to share things about Ryan and Liana. Okay? So Ryan has been a little apprehensive about this. And so he called his sister Michelle. And Michelle said to him, Ryan, you're marrying the girl of your dreams. Just shut up and show up. So I'm glad, Ryan, you showed up. Hold hands. And
Come on, Scott.
Nice try.
The gong means you've got to keep absolutely quiet. Indian custom.
Does it work for you?
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ryan's dad. My name is Avido. This is Grace. She's my wife. This is a little gong. To quieten me, you need a huge gong. We don't have one of those. So, men made it, the women kind of got out of it. So please make a circle. The two circles here. Now mind you, you guys have to close your eyes and think about this. The two circles here would be the two circles with the bridal party are representing the wedding bands. The big circle around them represents the love of family and friends. Thank you, Olivia. No, I'm glad you're ready. Those are the kinds of stories we want. I have a little thought. When Ryan and Liana said they were going to be engaged, the first thought that came to me was if China, your background, and India, your background, are sleeping giants, what the heck are you guys going to come up with?
But this is actually a story about Ryan. It's how I met Ryan. So, some of y'all heard about this a bit this morning, but basically, I test all of my family members, significant others, in one way or another. Most of them don't know or don't know they've been tested. And we were up at Breckenridge, right? Breckenridge. And he seemed like a fun-loving guy, and I liked him on first sight. So I mooned him. Just got pants, showed him my butt. And he laughed, and it was good. That was good. And he passed the first one. So I did it again. And he laughed, and he passed that one too. So I did it again. And then he moved me back, and I was like, that's it, you're good. Welcome to the family, Ryan.
Good story. No demonstration.
You're in San Diego, we need a Liana story. Olivia, come on up, baby.
No, she has to give a speech already.
Come on up. You know, by the way, just come up. This is, oh, yeah. All right, Molly.
Hello everyone, I'm Marley. I've been friends with Liana since 6th grade, so I have a lot of stories. But a short and sweet one would be when we went to Italy after we graduated high school. Where's Tammy? Tammy, remember when you had to sign off and I could be Liana's legal guardian?
Yeah.
Because Liana wasn't 18 yet?
One of the most irresponsible things I ever did.
Yeah. Well, look, she's back. She's safe. We did it. Anyway, so Liana was prepared and she learned some Italian before we went, unlike me. And at one of the days we got lost, Liana decided to practice her Italian by asking for directions in Italian. The only problem being that people would answer the question in Italian. So we didn't know what they were saying to us. And the way that we eventually got back to where we needed to get was every person that we asked, you know, they would gesture, and we would just follow the first gesture until we ran into another person, and we asked them in Italian how to get back to where we needed to be.
So I am, along with Marley, have known Liana since 6th grade or so, and I'm happy to tell people the shoe throwing story because everyone's asked me about that, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm actually going to tell a story also about how I met Ryan. I met Ryan at Stanford visiting Liana, when I was visiting Liana, maybe a few weeks after they first first dated. Not since they first met, but since the flannel party. And so we played cards and it was great, and board games, and these are all things that everyone enjoys. But he went home. Next morning he came over and he was late for whatever reason, and he said, "I'm sorry, I had to brush my teeth before I came over. Brushing my teeth is like the best 2 minutes of my morning." Now, brushing your teeth is not the best 2 minutes of anyone's morning. Most people try to skip it or hate it. But there's one other person in my life who's ever said that to me, and that would be Liana. So, for any number of other reasons, I think you guys are perfect. But if for no other reason, you guys both think that the best thing to do with 2 minutes in the morning is brush your teeth, which I can think of some other things to do with 2 minutes, but whatever.
Hi, I'm Dan. I've known Liana since third grade? Second grade? Yeah, since elementary school. When I think of Liana is, I think of a person who beats me at literally everything, pretty much. And one of the best examples that I could think of is the 5th grade spelling bee. I think it was the first spelling bee that we ever had at Silver Strand. And Liana and I got into the final round. We got through all the basic words. We were on to like their advanced list. Like they weren't prepared at all for this huge list.
Making words up.
Yeah, they were just like, whatever. The word that I had to spell was psychology. Now I had seen the word, but I didn't know how to spell it, so I winged it. And I basically said a word, I spelled some stuff, and they were ready to let me go. But Liana pipes up because Liana knows how to spell psychology. And she's like, no, that's wrong. And basically, she's the reason that I got second place.
For 1.5 minutes.
No gongs here. Take your time. No, say what you want. We'll cover that.
Introduce yourself.
So we decided we were going to do this together because marriage takes two. And we wanted to give you his and her perspective on marriage. I call it the Venus and the Mars effect. And you decide if we are similar or if it's really that hard. So, Ronnie, you want to start?
My wife's prepared me for this. You guys are laughing, I know. All right, here's how it starts. Marriage is not a word, it's a sentence. For some of us, a life sentence. Without parole.
No, don't say that, Ronnie. Marriage is just two people trying to dance a duet and two solos at the same time.
Marriage destroys one's nerves to be amiable every single day to the same person.
Well, I have to say I love being married because it's so great to find one special person you want to annoy for the rest of your life.
That I say on a serious note, marriage is a mistake every man should make.
That's so sweet, Ron. I agree. All marriages are happy. It's the living together afterwards that's hell.
You know, I have learned that only two things are necessary to keep one's wife happy. First, let her think she's having her own way. And second, let her have it.
Liana, we women hope men will change after marriage. They don't. And Ryan, men hope women won't change after marriage. We do.
And finally, men should keep their eyes wide open before marriage and half shut afterwards.
Last bit of advice here. Never go to bed mad. Stay up and fight. So in closing, Liana and Ryan, Ronnie and I have been married for 22 years, and we can tell you in no uncertain terms that the secret of a happy marriage remains a secret. We do not know it.
Success in a marriage does not come by finding the right person, but by being the right person. So go out there and be the best you can be, for and to each other.
But on a serious note, guys, it's a crapshoot. Good luck.
They didn't introduce themselves. That is
I'm Sean, and I was Ryan's roommate when he was getting his PhD, while we were getting our PhD together at Stanford. And this isn't a funny story, but it's one of my favorite memories about Ryan and living with Ryan. As you all know, Ryan is one of the happiest, most positive people that you've probably ever met in your life. But there was a time at Stanford when he had moved on from past friends and past relationships at Davis that he was legitimately, I'd say, sad. Ryan was sad. That might sound like such a completely foreign concept to you, but there was a few times, you know, when he was uncertain about the future, really looking for someone. And I remember a big party one night when Ryan came home, the happiest that I had ever seen him in his life. And the nice thing about that afterwards, after he met Liana, was he wasn't ever sad again. And we had our normal Ryan back. So Ryan, we love you. You guys are great. Stay positive, always.
Young kids, there were 5-year-olds, so he needed to go to the bathroom. So I took him to the bathroom. When I came back, Ryan goes, "Hey, and Reina, what if we all hide when he comes back? We're not here." And he got all the kids running every which way in the room. It took about a half an hour to get him back together, and then it was time for the parents to come and pick him up. And I think that was the last time he helped me.
I am Liana's aunt. I am the sister of her mom, and I've known her, of course, since she was itty bitty. She was born in Pennsylvania. And when the first time I got to meet her, I was living in California at the time. She was only about a year old. So my daughter and I went to Pennsylvania, got to meet her, and Tammy and I took both of the girls out to have pizza. And Liana's sitting in a high chair. She's about 1 year old. My daughter's standing on the other side of me, standing up in the booth. And all of a sudden, Liana lets out this blood-curdling scream. And I was sure something horrible had happened to her, but I looked over at her and she was smiling. And I looked over at my sister thinking she must be terribly concerned about this noise that her child just made, and my sister just shrugged her shoulder. And we continue to talk, and you know, my eyes are getting wider and wider, and she lets out another blood-curdling scream, and this time my back had been to her, and I swear I almost wet my pants. And I finally asked Tammy, I said, "Don't you need to tell her not to be quite so loud in a restaurant?" And Tammy said, "Eh." So that is why Liana is always a little loud.
I'm Leslie, and I know Liana from USC, where we went together. Yes, fight on, always. Thank you. And Liana and I, ironically enough, actually met our senior year of high school. Now, because Liana and I both ended up interviewing at USC during our senior year, and met because we were both really hungry after our interviews, and decided the best thing to do was to find a dining hall on campus and go get breakfast burritos, which obviously made sense at the time. And as fate would have it, come the next fall, we had no idea after eating these breakfast burritos if we would both end up at USC, whether we had gotten anything. We get back freshman year and realize we're actually living on the same hall in the same dorm. And at this point, I figured, I think fate's telling me something. I'm pretty sure we should probably continue to hang out. And this progressed and to one of my favorite incidences of our freshman year of college. And every month, our dorm would have a dean's dinner. And this would mean that we got an extra good dinner that was delivered in the dean's part of the hall. And this included a 5-gallon tub of ice cream. Now, Liana and I decided, you know what would be better than staying here and eating this 5-gallon tub of ice cream would be if we stole it and then took it into one of the other dining halls, put it underneath a soda machine, and filled it up with root beer. A 5-gallon tub of ice cream. And we did this. We get up to pay at the register, and the woman is just looking at us because we literally just walked in with the 5-gallon tub and put it under the soda machine. And she's like, I don't know what to charge you for.
Waiting all evening.
So when we were little, we would come home from school, and Liana would tell me that I needed to make her chocolate milk. And I would say, no, make it yourself. She's like, oh, but you make it the best. And I was a sucker, and I gave in, and always made her chocolate milk. But eventually I wised up, and Ryan, I hope that you never wise up. And always give in to what she asks.
How awesome is that?
Well, you guys are going to hear a lot from me, so I'm going to be short tonight because you're going to hear a lot tomorrow. But I have a Ryan story. So Leslie spoke, Liz is here. Ryan had a big gamut to run through when he first met Liana. And we may have actively conspired. It's true. So I have to say, and Vito will tell you Ryan loves to dance. When we first met Ryan, like first formally after they started dating, we decided he needed to, be put to the test. So we gave him tasks. Specifically one task, which was to shimmy on demand. Absolutely true. And Ryan has a ferocious shimmy, which you should all request tomorrow night at any point in time. So, or right now. Right here.
Right now.
Let's hear it, Ryan. Let's hear it.
Hey, Kyle, thank you.
So many stories. Well, I guess there was a time we were crossing the border from Mexico with about 4 kilos of cocaine. You guys all wonder why he's so happy. But I don't want to go on and on, so I guess long story short, how most evenings with him and our officer, the cuffs are hurting me.
To Joe. Joe is the oldest sibling, my oldest sibling. He's a Catholic priest. In many a way, the Muniz family is here, not in many a way, in every way. I'm here because of him. And then, of course, I met Grace, got married, had 4 kids, and Ryan's here because of Joe. So anyway, he married Grace and I, married all the, baptized all the kids. Incredible influence in our family, Joe.
I love family weddings and I hate family weddings. Because basically for weddings, like the last 3 weeks, I've done probably 7 weddings. All you do is show up. But these family weddings are complicated. You have to do all this stuff, And, but I'm delighted to be here. Delighted to be here. And for me, this is a special moment. I have to tell you, as a priest, I know something about family and marriage. And maybe that's why you know that I'm single. I'm not married myself. I love it. But I love family life. I love what Avito and Grace have done, and I compliment them. Because for me, they're in a class of their own. I don't see many families like that. who know how to raise kids.
The thing is, he was so good at shooting, we had no other tests. Because we both were like, shooting off the mic. That's a shit.
Oh, we're putting write it down. Write it down.
Thanks, Sonia.
I'm gonna do an Indian style.
Just use a little bit. Are you doing that? Oh, you do.
Yeah,
just a little bit. I love this.
Every day.
Thanks, Lynn.
Not for the woman.
Just a little. There's a lot. Becca! Thank you. Hey, hold your horses. Come on! I love you, Liz.
Yeah, I love you.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yes! That was nice! I sure hope so. Otherwise, why did you do There she is.
Right there. Liana and Ryan and myself define family as the people you love most.
Give them your blessing and strengthen their love for each other. We ask this to Christ. Amen.
Yeah, Tammy's friends is going to give me a ride home. Like 5 minutes from each other. Oh, nice. If I go in the bus, it's going to be like an hour and a half. He might leave.
How many cameras is that?
That's our channel. That's a really good.